Hey everybody, today we are going to look at a tower defense game called Kingdom Rush Frontiers. It is a sequel to the first Kingdom Rush game that was on the iPhone as well. So this came out about maybe a couple weeks ago to a month, and I played the first Kingdom Rush and I liked it a lot. I felt that was a great game to start on the iPhone. It was a great game to use the touchscreen. It was very intuitive. I liked the sounds, I liked the story. And I just really wanted more after finishing the game. So hopefully, this game will not only deliver on what it had before, but also try to improve on the game that had some flaws too. So anyways, let's go ahead and start the first level to battle. So the basic premise of this game is that you have, let's say, a fortress or a house that you want to protect. And to protect this house, you're placing towers on the road that the enemy is trying to get to your fortress to attack it. And there's a bunch of variety of different towers with different characteristics, and your job is just to stop the enemy from getting there by using your towers. So I can skip that. Zoom in a bit. Okay. So to play the game, you have these little picket signs on little plots of land. All you do is you press on the picket and you get a menu that you can select which tower you want to build. So I'll build one of the most basic towers with this shield. It's called a militia tower. This is basically a land infantry tower. And all it does is that it's guys with swords basically. You can position your militia anywhere you want by selecting the blue flag and just moving the blue flag wherever you want. However, make sure that you stay in the range. You can also build different types of towers, so I'll select this picket fence or picket sign, and I'll select this archer tower. I'll select it, and with the archer tower, you get a long range tower with no infantry, and it's just a bunch of archers on top of a tower, and they shoot. Another primary tower is this mage tower. It uses magic to fight the enemies. So each of these towers, they have specific characteristics, namely by their speed of how often they attack, and also the amount of damage they do for each attack. So like this militia, it's pretty even. You get a decent speed of attack while you get a decent damage. Meanwhile, the archer tower, you get a fairly quick pace of attack, however the damage is pretty low. And finally, the mage tower, it's relatively slow, however the damage is increased due to it. I'm going to build the final tower, which is a bombard tower or a bomb tower. This is an artillery tower. It is the slowest tower to fire, so its pace is slowest. However, its damage is one of the highest. So now that you know all about the towers, in this game you also get different types of powers. So your powers are on the bottom left side of the screen, and you get two. So my first power is reinforcements, and this power, it adds 2 land infantry units into the field. And so these powers are infinite. They will always recharge, and you can use as many of them you want. So I'm just going to keep dropping them here. And so my basic strategy is to use these reinforcements to try and stop all of my enemies from moving up. Because once they start hitting your final towers, you're almost at the end. So if you can keep your land infantry ahead of them, then everything should be successful. Eventually there in the road, later down in the game, you will get a hero, like this guy named Alaric. And a hero is again another land infantry unit. However, he's much stronger, he has a lot more health, and he has a lot more armor. So he's basically a really upgraded land infantry. But you only get one, so make sure you use them well. So you can see all these enemies are getting by on my towers, so I need to build more defenses. Those there. A strategy I know that worked well in the last game was that you first build off by building militia towers, and then you start building your other powerful towers like your archers, your mages, your artilleries around the militia tower. For the sole purpose that the militia tower, it stops the enemy from moving. And when you stop the enemy and you start using more powerful tools on them, they start going down quicker. So it really prolongs their movement. The tip. Okay. So one of the main reasons that we have so many different towers is that they each have their strengths and weaknesses, not by their damage and how fast they are, but also by the type of attack they do. So these guys with this guy right here with the sword and hat, he is very weak. He's weak to the mage tower, and he has armor against everything else. So that's why it's really good to have a variety of towers to start, because you'll always have a variety of enemies and they each have their strengths and weaknesses. So looks pretty good. In the upper, when you go higher up into the game, I know you can upgrade your towers to make them stronger. That's the premise of basically all tower defense games. Upgrade your towers to make them more powerful. However, the first level, you can't really upgrade anything because it's basically a beginner's level. So let's fasten up these levels. Okay. Alright, so I now have a new power on my bottom left-hand corner. It's this fireball. It's called Rain of Fire. All you do is select it, select the location where you want the fireballs to go, and it rains fire, basically what it says. And again, it recharges, but probably at a slower rate. And so it's basically good to do that where you have a lot of enemies together. I'll make an archer tower here. Alright, so my map or my placement is pretty even. Continue using that. So on the top left, you have your life, your amount of coins, and your wave. So as long as you finish the wave, I think you win the round. So I should be winning very, very soon. And I think I did. I'm not out of control anymore. That doesn't look very good. However, I think I still won the round. My end is coming soon. Great to know. Nope. Oh, there we go. Victory. Okay. So this is the end screen. It shows how many stars you got. So depending on your performance, if you let any creatures in, so you lose health points. However, I did not. So I got 56 gems. I know that's new. That wasn't in the last game. So maybe you could buy something from this somewhere with these gems. I'll continue. Let's just quickly look at this page. Okay, yep, you can. So there's a shop where you can buy more tools or things to play with the game by using the gems. My hero room, this is where you train your hero, so you can select the hero you want, then you can upgrade their skills. Upgrades. Here you can upgrade your towers. So if you want your tower to have better aim, more armor, more stronger attacks, and also you can also upgrade your power-ups. So your Rain of Fire power up, your reinforcements you can power up, get them stronger, give them more armor, and so on. Encyclopedia, it just gives you tips, it gives you information about the towers you've had or the enemies you've seen, some tips, you have a strategy guide, and so on. This is a pretty good sequel to the previous game. I like how it didn't really change a lot of the first game's qualities, so you still have the same towers, you almost I think you have the same enemies, but probably not in the future. And you also had the power-ups and your heroes. However, they also added some new stuff. I think the gems they added new, which adds a little dynamic to a game. And overall, I think it still works really good. I didn't really have a lot of complaints with the first Kingdom Rush, and I don't think I'll have many complaints with this one. So anyways, this was the first look at Kingdom Rush Frontiers. I'm Adam from Adam Media. Like the video, leave a comment or a question if you have one below. Subscribe to my channel, and and I'll see you later. Thanks.